Thank you for tuning in today with Poetic Justice, hosted by the NAACP Chicago Westside branch. Here's our information. So we are located on 300 South Ashland Boulevard, Suite 202. We're in Chicago, Illinois, and our phone number is 312-942-3368. You can reach us on the web at www.naacp.org and email us at advocacy@naacp.org. So today we will be talking about mental health in the Black community. Mental health is very important in the Black community because we need to be aware that any part of our body can get sick, including our brain. And if we don't take care of our health, then that is where our community will not flourish. Black people are 20% more likely to experience serious mental health problems than any other general population, according to the National Alliance on Mental Health Illness. And common health disorders include, but are not limited to, things such as ADHD, suicide, major depression, and most likely post-traumatic stress disorder. How do we deal with this in the community? Has it been seen that we are not taking it very seriously? And has it been seen that other people of a different group or ethnic background see us as not taking ourselves seriously because we do not take our mental health seriously? We continue to have a higher rate of major illnesses, of depression and post-traumatic disorder, because we are very likely to be homeless, or we're very likely to have a continuous exposure to violence, which leads to the post-traumatic stress disorder. Oh, it looks like we have a caller in. Let's get a question really fast. All right, how are you doing, caller? I'm sorry, I can't hear you. Okay, well, we're going to let the caller call back in, but as we're going to continue, we're going to bring up why we are continuously exposed to this violence in the first place. Okay, the caller's back in. All right, perfect. How are you doing today?
How you doing?
I'm doing well.
I'm calling in.
Yes, perfect. May I have your question?
I'm trying to find out what the topic of the day is. This is Mr. Gregory Banks.
Hi, Mr. Gregory Banks. You sound like an important man on the phone. Man, oh man. So today's topic is mental health in the Black community. And we are talking about how we need to take it more seriously and what issues do we face and how we can overcome it.
Oh, that's a good topic. My question is, it was relayed to me is that why are the Black people kind of cautious about going to see therapists? So that's one thing that's always concerning me.
Yes. So one reason I feel that our community is very scared to seek therapists or seek any help with our mental is because we laugh at anytime someone tells us we have a problem, or we say we're too tired, but we're never telling people, you're not too tired, you can work harder, because that's what is expected of us. Or when we see signs of depression, such as heavy drinking or going out or having a lot of sexual contacts, that is seen as a stigma that happens in the Black community and not something that we should be preparing for or paying attention to that type of behavior.
Okay. I kind of agree with you on that.
Thank you.
I appreciate that input.
Thank you.
Thanks for taking my question and addressing it so, smartly. I appreciate that.
Thank you so much, and keep tuning. I'm going to give some more information on what's going on and why we are under the influence of these stigmas.
Okay. Good.
All right, perfect. Thanks. That was an awesome call. We have another caller. Okay, come on. Hi, caller.
Hi, I have a question about mental health in the black community or in the community. I think part of it is the PTSD that black people suffer just growing up in a community that you feel deprived and you feel unappreciated. And I think it just gathers steam to the point that you just feel frustrated and you just break down.
I definitely agree with you. And the fact that we are not being aware that we are breaking down even harder and just going in a backward spiral, and you don't know what to do about it because you are unaware of your situation. And why maybe you become so unaware of your situation? Because everything has become so normalized in our media, such as we are seeing that our people that look like us are being shot, killed, beaten, harassed, and it's becoming so normalized. It's just an everyday thing. So we're not taking it very seriously. On that topic, we'll bring up just some simple stuff that happened this week. What happened this week, when you ask? Bob Marley's granddaughter, she was just trying to leave an Airbnb with her friends, and a white woman called the police on her because she didn't wave back to her. Or how about the white woman at Waffle House calls the police on the young, beautiful black woman, Chakesia Clemens, and the police come and harass her and basically sexually harass her, and the video was very disturbing to watch. Or how about another Waffle House incident? A young black man, he took his young sister to prom, and they went to eat after Waffle House, and the police were called on him for no reason, and he got harassed and assaulted there. So I'm just going to show you guys some clips so you guys can see what I'm talking about. So just give me 1 second.
Hands off of me!
So this is the young black man, Anthony Wall, and this happened for no reason. The Waffle House employee just called and said they were at their house, and you say they tell us to dress better. Everyone's dressed so elegantly here, you know. Then we have what's going on here is Bob Marley's daughters and her friends, they were leaving the Airbnb. There's Bob Marley's daughter right there, and the police were called on them because simply she did not wave to the next door neighbor. And the owner of that Airbnb actually had the audacity to say, if she would have waved back, the police would have never been called. So it's becoming that normalized that it's okay to call the police on people if that happens. Okay, perfect. We have a new caller. How are you doing?
Good evening, young lady. How you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. You're up there for a great cause. Unbelievable.
Thank you.
Listen, I'm an Italian woman. Every time I see any of them stories like you just mentioned, it makes me sick. Absolutely sick, sweetheart. I feel so bad. I wish I could help you. That's why when I'm steady calling CAN TV, Mr. Johnson, the chief of police, needs to hire more African-American officers. Get along better with the kids. You won't be seeing stuff like that. I don't know what it is with an officer. Their mind snaps. They know they're on TV, and it's a god-awful shame. People do mistakes. Nobody needs to be treated like that, whether they're white, purple, polka dotted, or anything. But getting back to your little streets of Chicago with these little pea shooters, shooting grandma on the porch with the babies, little stuff like that. We got to find out what the problem in the heart of the youth of Chicago is today. Them gang-banging kids are so smart, they can get a job. Get a job, put the guns down. Let them sit on the porch. Let them walk down to the corner store and buy a pop and a bag of potato chips without being afraid.
Yes. She made very great points in that, and thank you so much, ma'am. But we do have to remember the reason why we're even talking about this is the black mental health. And until we can understand what is going on in our minds, there will always be corruption if we have lack of resources, lack of schools, lack of mentors, and lack of people to educate the people in Chicago. So until we get proper resources from the mayor and proper resources from our cities to help fix everything we need, it will always be a 360 circle, which brings us back to the point of why we need to talk about our mental health. So, we have a quote by Maya Angelou, and she says, "We may encounter many defeats, but we must not be defeated." What that means, or how we interpret that, is that we saw what happened when they brought us over here, or we may have been here, and we see where we are today. But the thing is, we have to continue and take ourselves more seriously. How do we take ourselves more seriously? By starting out with your Black mental health awareness. So please find out what's on your insurance. If you can go seek a therapist, or if you go speak to a counselor at your school, someone that can relate to you. Just think about, if you get your mind together now, how it can get you further along in life, and have people not think that you could just go get a job or just go get a pop, because you'll be more educated to understand there are classes that separate you from those type of opportunities. And we also have a quote by Oprah Winfrey when she says, "Turn your wounds into wisdom." So many of us have been through so many things that we do not talk about. All right, let's get this caller. We got a great coming in tonight. How are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good.
I have first I have a comment, or maybe a question on awareness fact. Did you know that they cut so many mental health services within the city of Chicago?
Yes, I do. And just like they cut so many school programs down in Chicago. Yes.
That's correct.
And that is exactly why it's a lot of stuff going on in Chicago, because the kids of Chicago don't make guns. Someone is giving them those guns. And they are also taking around the resources for them to make a decision to say that I do not want a gun.
I agree. My question was, why do you think that is?
I think it's because that's the way to keep the people back. If you do not know who you are, then you won't know what you're about. You don't know what your purpose is in life. And if you don't have the resources to teach you who you are, and just believe what you see on the media, such as that reoccurring violence that we keep seeing happening to us as Black people, we're just going to continue on that wave.
Right. How do you think we can establish to get the mental health that we need back in the Black community?
I think that we need to start doing more movements, such as joining more organizations, such as the Westside branch of the NAACP. Also, giving back and join our communities, just as Chance the Rapper is doing. He's trying to bring it back, because if we won't do it, no one else will do it. So we all have to take our part and do what we need to do. All right, well, perfect. Thank you. You guys are calling in with great questions, and I'm so excited that you guys are excited about Black mental health. So, a good way that we can do positive reinforcement is such as isolation. Why do I say isolation first? It's because you will really understand what will be going on if you just silenced and paused and slow down your life a bit. So that'll be the first tip that we would give on starting your mental health awareness. Just take some time, maybe go to the movies by yourself, go out to eat by yourself, see what you like to do, what you enjoy, and things will gravitate your way. 2, after you understand what's going on with you, the second step is to be aware. Now that you're aware of what's going on and how you are viewing people, take a step back and wonder, are you projecting your negative thoughts onto another person? Are you lashing out at someone because you are not dealing with the issues that you have within yourself? So be aware and conscious of the steps that you take in life. 3 was be to give out more love. If you give out more love, you will definitely receive the love. Giving love to people or forgiving people that may have hurt you It may be a bit hard, but they'll be shedding that, that bad health on you. You just let it go. So those are 3 steps that I think we can take. So that would be 1 is isolation, 2 is awareness, and 3 is giving out more love. Yes. So, and if you guys can, please check out your insurance, see what's going on. Most insurance, they give out offers of going to see a psychiatrist, and there's plenty of black women that have went to school to get their degree in these fields, and they need the clients. So let's reach out to them people, please. They look just like you and I. But do we have any? So we're just going to wrap up today. Our wrap up was going to be about the black mental health and how we're going to take it seriously. And we're going to use those 3 steps: isolation, awareness, and love. And where can you find us at? You can find us on Ashland Boulevard and maybe Chicago Avenue in Chicago, Illinois. And our phone number is 312-942-3368. Our website is www.naacp.org. And you can reach us via email at advocacy@naacp.org. Thank you for tuning in to Poetic Just Us, featured with the NAACP Chicago Westside branch. And we look forward to tuning in with you guys next Friday at 7 p.m.